coming in focused on the backcourts, Richard. Both teams have outstanding guard play.
And that means we should see some creative offense. I love skill play at any position, but it's often the guards that will leave you speechless.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. Paul George out there with Kelly Oubre. And it's Embiid in at the 5. Shot clock at 5. Here's Wells. And it's off from three-point range. Now Philadelphia with it. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
Yeah, if you allow a team to shoot such a high percentage in their own building, you're going to have a big hill to climb.
Now here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Washington.
And he didn't just create offense for himself now. He did a tremendous job of setting up his teammates as well.
Here's George. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Memphis' head coach for a minute. I asked him what he told his guys before going up against Joel Embiid, and he said, quote, "I told them to get into him. Always get a hand up and do your best to guard without fouling. Embiid excels at baiting defenders, but we can't afford to give him free points at the line." Back over to you, Brian.
And Allie, thank you for that. Now here's Aldama. 14 points for him last game against Washington.
And not just scoring. He was a terror defensively. Active hands disrupting offensive sets time and again.
Buries it from 3.
You knew something had to go in at some point. Maybe the start of better things ahead.
Well, the rise of Tyrese Maxey has been fun. What do you think makes him such an exciting player, RJ?
Oh, it's his speed and tenacity for sure. He might be the quickest guard in the league right now. And in addition, he's also become an absolute knockdown shooter.
The 76ers have gone 1 for 3 so far. Pass to George. From deep. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
There's no surprise that PG knocked that down.
Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Outside Wells. Jackson the screen. Shot is up. Joel Embiid with the board.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Nope, another miss. 0 for 2 to start the game. Grizzlies trail by 4. Outside Morant. Outside Wells. Morant against Maxey. Just 5 on the clock from outside the arc. Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
1:42 left in the first quarter. Pass to Edgecombe. Lets it fly. Oh, he used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Jackson with a screen on Maxey. Morant, the pass to Jackson. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Forget the long-range shots. Ja wants to challenge you down low.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight.
2 shots.
The first one falls. Just an electrifying style on the court for Ja Morant. And Grant, he's not shy when it comes to confrontation.
Oh, yeah. No, he's not ducking any smoke. But part of his maturation is choosing his battles, including trying to preserve his body from those fearless forays to the rim.
And Morant drops them both. And Ja Morant has said he wants to dial back his dunking for his health. Did that ever cross your mind, Richard, as an aerial artist?
Well, dunking can take its toll over time, but I was kind of a crash test dummy. I was going to keep jumping no matter what. Ja's a little bit more concerned with getting hit in the air. Oh, PG is dynamite from that range. You can't let him get comfortable from there.
Caldwell Pope for 3. Nails it from 3.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
43 seconds left in the opening quarter. Outside McCain. George passes to Grimes. From the arc. And it's Paul George with the 3. George has got 8. Here's Morant. His numbers are solid, putting up around 18 points a game. 16 seconds left in the first. Six on the shot clock. The shot comes out, and that concludes the first quarter of play. Philadelphia on top, up by 4, and the second quarter is on its way when we return. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the 76ers?
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
So, on the floor for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. Jared McCain out there with Quentin Grimes. Then there's Paul George. Then it's Andre Drummond. And it's Barlow in at the 4-man spot. Here's Spencer. 8 points in his last time out. The 3 is up. Barlow grabs a miss. Philadelphia leading by 6. And for the Sixers, the growth of Tyrese Maxey has been everything, Grant.
Oh my, his growth both with his play, but also with his leadership has meant a lot. And he has such a joyful energy. It really helps pull this team together.
And so it's Memphis with it. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Here's Clark. Oh, Clark with the slam.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Both teams making some changes here. And now that we have an opportunity, let's check out the top scoring rookies to date. Number 5 is VJ Edgecombe.
And it's always hard to predict how easily young players will adapt to the league. But on the offensive end, he's really hit the ground running.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Grimes, the pass to Barlow. Philadelphia moving it around. Here's Edgecombe. Philadelphia with another miss. Grizzlies trail by 6. Clark outside. And one key for quality teams in this league beating the opponents you're supposed to beat. What goes into that, Grant?
Well, B.A., they call them trap games. An opponent that, on paper, isn't up to your level, especially when they're missing key guys. The thing is, can you find that juice to take care of business?
Here's Grimes. The Grizzlies making their last shot. Pass to Embiid. Shot clock at 6. Shoots. The Sixers with another miss. And it's Morant with the ball for the Grizzlies. 4-point game. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
Yeah, they had some trouble with this team last year, splitting the season series.
Now here's Clark. Fires for 3. Joel Embiid with the board. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Edgecombe, pounded by Morant. George outside. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by Landale.
And after connecting twice from deep in the first quarter, he hasn't been able to drain another here in the second.
Back to Morant. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
And really an offensive transformation for the Grizzlies since 2024, Grant.
Yeah, they're pushing the pace, playing a unique style with a lot of cutting and movement off the ball, crashing the offensive glass. I mean, it all seems to be working.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Sixers are trying to pull it all together. Joel Embiid said, "We still can compete for a championship, but this is going to take time. We have a lot of talent, but we still have to go out and actually do it. It's just hard. We've got a pretty good chance to accomplish something." Back over to you.
It's all about health. All right, Allie, thanks a lot.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Grizzlies trail by 7. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Clark, no good. For Philadelphia, they've gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. Pass to Barlow. Here's Edgecombe. He's coming off a 10-point game against Oklahoma City. George, no good. 26 seconds left in the second quarter. And the foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul of the game. Some changes for Memphis. Jackson comes in for Landale, and Aldama subbed in for Clark. Philadelphia also making some changes. Oubre, he's checked in for Barlow, and it's Maxey in for Grimes. Now here's Morant. 15 seconds left in the first half. Kicks it out to Jackson. There's the 3. And that'll be Memphis' ball as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies able to keep possession here. Eight seconds left in the first half of basketball. From behind the arc. The shot no good. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Joel, you hold the lead now, but how do you build on that as the game continues?
Just keep being aggressive. I thought we did a good job defensively, so we just got to keep being aggressive and making plays.
A lot of times defense leads to offense. Thanks, Joel.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
Thanks for joining us through the first half. There is still some work to do for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Their shooting has been bad. I don't understand some of their shot selections, Ernie.
Well, maybe that's the plan, Kenny. They're trying to confuse folks.
And it's time now for the best part of the show. Let's see what the fans have to say. Here's an interesting one from No Foolin' Julian. What's another sport you think you could have gone pro in?
Football, I would have been a tight end. Maybe block some field goals. Do whatever it takes.
I think I could have did soccer. Dribbling's dribbling, right?
I guess some people might say that, Jed, but either way, I'd pay good money to see both of you in those endeavors. Glad you could join us. Ryan Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books, one half to go. Paul George with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Philadelphia leading by 7. We've got Santi Aldama. Also Jalen Wells out there. Ja Morant is out there with Jaren Jackson. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Well, the Grizzlies shooting a tough 22% from the field so far. You know, when you think about the league's most capable scorers, Paul George has to be on that list, Richard.
When I think of PG, he's just a perfect basketball player. Dunks, threes, mid-range. This man can do it all. And when he's got it going, it's hard to think of a more complete scorer.
Here's Edgecombe. Right now, he's contributing about 15.5 points a game.
Let me tell you, over the years, George has added a lot of strength, allows him to absorb the contact in there.
To the middle. Here's Jackson, and he makes the 8-footer. Jackson's got his second basket of the night.
Nice feed inside, saw the play develop, and hit him right when he needed to.
Pass to Embiid. The rebound by Jackson.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Outside Morant. And here's Jackson, just 5 to shoot. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got rebound number 7 tonight. George passes to Maxey. Here's Oubre. Philadelphia moving it around. Embiid from outside. Memphis with a rebound.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Aldama, the pass to Morant. Aggressive take from Morant. Lays it up and banks it in. Morant's got 6 points.
And when Morant takes off towards the basket, look, you're already done. You've already lost because that's how he makes his living.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Chance now to take a look at some numbers for Santi Aldama. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. The 3 from Edgecombe. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Well, Richard, the Sixers with a lot of money tied up in Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, and Joel Embiid.
Ooh, that's not a lot of flexibility. They need those guys to be healthy and contributing. The talent is there, but it also has to be about the availability.
Now here's Oubre. No points yet. Back to Maxey. 6 to shoot. To end the drought. And there it is for him. And the 76ers lead by 7.
So tenacious. Maxey finds a way through.
So Tuomas Isalos decided to call timeout here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Memphis making a switch here. Spencer's checked in. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Grimes is checked in. Grizzlies trail by 7. Here's Spencer. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Jackson. Here's Wells. Goes back up. Aldama, no good. And so George will bring it up for Philadelphia. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half.
This is why they feed Embiid. His teammates trust his ability to get the job done.
In a lot of ways, Paul George has been the prototype of the modern swingman, Grant.
Yeah, 6'8", and with his versatile skill set, plug and play on any team. But health has been a challenge as of late. Now in his mid-30s, can he maintain that elite level?
Now here's Oubre. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. Grimes. The kick out to Maxey. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Pass to Aldama. Here's Spencer. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. No good that time. The Sixers lead by 9. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Back to Maxey. Launches it. That one doesn't drop. Memphis has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Here's Spencer. He's scoreless to the paint. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Honestly, I don't know how he pulled that off.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Second personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Memphis.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Shooting 1.
And so it's Philadelphia with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your two guards share the wealth.
not just playing selflessly, but also making a smart decision with the ball.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. We've got Jared McCain. He's out there with Edgecombe. Quentin Grimes out there with Joel Embiid. And it's Barlow in at the 4. Morant, no good. The Sixers lead by 6. Here's Edgecombe. Pass to McCain. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Landale. The Grizzlies shooting just 24% in this one. Not great. Here's Morant, covered by McCain. Left side, Morant. 5 on the clock. Over McCain. Excellent D there from McCain. Well, the 76ers shooting right at 35%. Not getting what they want out there. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Embiid. And Morant clears the board. Morant's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Trying to close out. You got to know who's hot and who's not.
Caldwell Pope, the pass to Jackson. Outside Morant. Jackson, the screen. 4-3. Oh! Morant sinks the triple.
Shut out from beyond the arc in the first period. He finally drains one.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. Changes for Philadelphia. Oubre, he's checked in for Barlow. George comes in for Grimes. And it's Maxey in for McCain. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse had to say to the team. He dug into his team for being too complacent on offense, saying, "You're just chucking up the first 3 you see out there. Be more patient on offense, move the ball around, make the defense work. Guys, let's see if ball movement improves out there."
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Pass to Maxey for 3. That one is off. Grizzlies trail by 3. Now here's Morant. Circus shot, John Morant.
Something seemed to click for him at halftime. He's looked a lot more focused, and the game is just easy for him now.
Here's Embiid.
Number 23. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Morant looking around. Oh, no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Philadelphia's gone 0 for 3 here in the fourth. George in the post. He's covered by Wells. Unloads from 9. Not that time.
Well, some trips you get the shot you want, it just doesn't fall. I'd go back to him in that area on the floor.
1:51 left to play in the fourth quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the basket is good.
Get this man the ball, and he will make something happen. Morant rises to the occasion, man.
Morant against Maxey. With a teardrop, and that's how you get it to go inside.
Maxey attacked without any hesitation. I love the confidence from the young fella.
Oubre with a steal. Here's Edgecombe. Maxey. It's money from deep.
I see ice. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy, he lives for these moments.
Now here's Morant. Here's Jackson. Outside Wells. Oubre with a steal. Here's Edgecombe.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the 76ers, Edgecombe taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts him up 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
He knows how important it is converting at the line and building up this lead.
And timeout is called by Tuomas Isalo. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Morant. Counted.
That is just absolutely ridiculous. Look, we talk about Morant having that it factor, and then he makes the biggest play of the night.
Aldama with a double team. Embiid fires. And the 3 misses.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
It needs to be a quick shot, then a quick foul.
Booyah! He sinks the triple.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
First personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for the 76ers, Tyrese Maxey taking 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that'll put him up 2. Second second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a three-point game.
And those were some big-time shots. Those free throws hoping make this a three-point game.
And we will have a timeout called by Tuomas Isalo. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick two and then foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point, so I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
It's a three-point game. Now Jackson. Fires the three. Money from three. And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Now Maxey. For the win. No good from three. Time expires. We're going to overtime. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Boy, these teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters. Now we're headed to overtime. This one should be fun. Jackson out there with Santi Aldama. Then there's Ja Morant. Then there's Jalen Wells. Jackson with a screen on Maxey. That misses.
Even though it didn't go down, they'll take that shot every time.
Here's Embiid. Puts up the tray. Ooh, it doesn't go.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Goes again. Outside Morant. Clock at 6. Now Jackson. Another shot. Embiid there for the rebound. Fast break. Here comes Philadelphia. Oh, he dropped it straight in.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Just over a minute into overtime here. Oh, Morant from close range.
So flashy with the rock. Morant takes pleasure in slicing and dicing the D to pieces.
Embiid against Jackson. Now Oubre. George feels it out a bit. He fires from 18. The bucket is good!
Huge bucket by George there. He lives for these moments.
Maxey against Morant. To take the lead. Cleared away by Embiid. The Sixers leading. Now Oubre, outside Maxey. And he gets the jumper to fall.
Attacking in a big moment. Maxey is not holding back.
And timeout is called by Tuomas Isalo. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Morant with it. With the floater. Ja Morant. Little floater is good.
It's been all about Ja tonight. Can score in so many different ways.
They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
Now here's Embiid.
Never one to turn down the big moment. Joel Embiid knocks it down.
Yes, sir!
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Their biggest lead of the game was 9, and they go to the intentional foul.
Second team foul. Shooting for Philadelphia. Paul George taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, how about the poise he showed there, making this a 2-possession game.
And timeout is called by Tuomas Isalo. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. For 3. George is there for the rebound. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
At the line for 2.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And the second of 2 is good. And that puts him up 5. Now here's Morant. Shoots a 3. Oh, no good. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Jackson Jr. Second personal foul. 14 foul.
So the first one drops, and that increases the lead to 6.
2 shots.
And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 7-point game.
This OT has been somewhat lackluster, mainly because both teams are clearly exhausted.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
And you know what? We'll give them some credit for battling today, but this one is just about over.
He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And so it's Philadelphia with the W. They escape with the W, even though they needed.